three deliveries this afternoon that I've got to do. I just wanted to say the reason I joined on Passive in 2019, I heard Ash speak for the first time, and it came from his heart. He's all heart for the people, his honesty, it just leaks out, it prevails. You can tell how honest he is. And he's a visionary genius. I've said that from the start, and I'll keep saying it. Visionary genius, Mr. Ash Mufareh. He's for the people. I love him to death. I know everybody else does. And thank you so much, Ash. It's just an honor being with you, and God bless you and your family. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome, brother.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. That is beautiful. I wish I could go deliver stuff with you so we can chat. Sounds like an honorable man. I would love to hang out with you. I appreciate you. And I love you back. Itch again. Back to you, brother.
Okay, Orlando. All right, Jerry Nix, thank you for your service too, my brother. Always good to hear your voice and see you on here. I'm glad you made it. Let's go to Mr. Kevin Mountain Man Rutledge. Kevin, come on, man. Unmute yourself.
Hey, Chris. Wow, that's two tough acts to follow right there. Just want to say how grateful I am, and it is an honor to be here. And thank you for inviting me. It's always good to see you, Ash. You look good. You look great, and you look strong and confident. I expect nothing less than Marty. I know you can't see you, but the news is that we've been hearing is good. God is good. I feel very good about your prognosis, and very good news. I heard what I always hear. You know, I've heard this man speak for 6-7 years, and never disappoints. We've done this. This is what we've done all along. We got into a situation and we figured out what we had to do to fit. And we continue. This is no different. I have full confidence in what we're doing. I felt it for a long time. At first, it was just another opportunity. It was, and that caught me at a time when that's really what I was not looking for. I was about done with this whole ball game. There was something, little boys, that said, you know, Kev, just give it one more shot. Just give it one more shot. And I said, all right. And I watched and I learned and I watched and I learned. And the more little nuggets I'd pick up along the way, it was being revealed. I was starting to catch this vision. I was starting to see how, yeah, this is different, totally different. And we've had this air about us. We've had this camaraderie. One thing I'll touch on real quick. When's the first time, if you was ever in another opportunity and you had friends within that opportunity, but once have you ever promoted for them? I never did. I had good friends and I never promoted for, say, Marty or helped Chris build his, you know. That was the first time I ever did anything like that was here. Because it didn't matter, because we were family, because we were all headed to the same thing, and we were all going to win. And if I promoted Chris, and if I made Marty look good, or if I shine a light on somebody else, it only made me look better. It only promoted all of us. And that's who we are. You know, one. And I am ecstatic. I know I don't always look it. I'm old. Give me a break. But I'm bubbling, you know. I'm hurting. I am hurting. Not everything is right in my life. You know, guess what? I wasn't promised everything would be right in my life. I'm concentrating on the things that are right, and I'm going to expand on those. I'm hooking up with the sunshine. I'm hooking up with the light. I'm hooking up with the positivity. I'm not concentrating on what I don't have. Concentrate on what I have, where I'm going. And I got a big, big God in my life. And I got a lot of powerful people in my life because they know how to pray. And I'll tell you something. I believe in prayer. I believe in prayer for one simple reason. I've seen what it does. Ash, I love you, brother. I consider myself to be blessed beyond measure. And I hope you all do too, because we're in a very special place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. I didn't take it. Still with you, brother Chris.
Okay, brother asked real quick question. Did you
Sure.
want the YouTube channels completely shut off?
Yeah, if the live, if it's done, we're good. However, this is being recorded. You could just share it however you choose to afterward
Okay.
as
'Cause
a bonus.
Everyone thought just it dropped out, so I'll let them know it's recorded.
Chris, if you could
Perfect.
reach out,
Because that live, okay, or what was on YouTube, that's basically the message. Now, anything here is extra, and just out of respect for the speakers like yourself, uh, just in case, you know, we are always honored to chat with you
Okay.
in case of any question or topic or anything. But I thought the timing was good for what was streamed live. All right, back to you. And I am, leave me alone, okay? I'm not gonna keep this, okay? How can I do it? Wait. I'm not gonna keep doing this.
Just give me the finger. Give me the right finger.
The right finger, wink, or that. Okay, you have to see me on the screen. No, I'll try. I'm improving. I'm still growing. Yeah.
Julie, did you want to say something? I'm sorry.
yes, no, this part would be get cut out from the recording, but um, as soon as we finish all the comments and question, Chris, you're going to do a statement of opening to introduce this recorded session. And then when we finish, we're going to take that recording, put it in as an introduction to the to this session. And then we're going to have a beautiful recording. And then as soon as that done, it's going to be live stream out to all the channels. So this is a commenting session, but you're going to have to make
Sure.
that statement as soon as we're done. You don't have to do it now, but we'll cut it and we'll patch it in and we'll make it beautiful and we'll put it out there.
Okay. Thank you, Julie.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mrs.
And Brother DeGarmo, if at some point you're able to make a statement or something, everybody, or at least, you know, say hello to everybody, I'm sure they would be, you know, happy to hear you, just to make sure you're fine. If you can, it depends on their the situation where you are. Everybody knows he's at the hospital, so it's annoying to be there, but it's the right place to be at right now.
Marty, do you want to speak right now or do you want to
If
wait?
if you can, like, yeah, anytime, just speak. Yeah. Obviously we cannot put the camera on, but at least you have to tell us,
He might have fell
DeGarmo,
asleep. He might have fell
that
asleep.
what what are you wearing? Okay, this is not being recorded, right?
Yeah, I hope he's got that gown. I hope he's got that gown on the right way, you know. All right, Marty.
Okay.
Text me, Marty, if you want to speak.
I know what's in your head. I know what you're thinking, Leon. Okay, you had a bad graphic.
Terribly. All week, man. All week.
All right, we needed that laugh. All right,
Yeah, we did.
he
Thank
makes us crack up like when we're worried about him, but he make us laugh really.
Yeah, he's
And
writing a
that's
book now called Hospital Stories by Marty DeGarmo.
it's so funny. Yeah, that's helpful, to be honest with you. It's a good
Yeah,
medicine.
yeah, it is. All right, Marty, you let me know. Text one of us. I'm gonna bring on beautiful Miss Romella. How you doing, Romella? Come on, open your mic.
You hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. I didn't
We can
see you.
hear you perfectly.
Hi. I was very excited to see that I was going to be on the panel. I'm here a lot, but I don't talk so much on these things. But first, one of the things that I have to say is that I get really a joy out of watching Ash laugh and smile. There's something about the way that he smiles and laughs that just, I don't know, it just really makes me feel good. But anyway, about seven and a
I
half
never
years.
told you this, Ramola.
What?
I never laughed until I met Susie.
I could understand.
I'm
I
kidding.
could understand.
She
She's
taught me
something else.
to enjoy more fun in life. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I'm glad she did that for you. She did it for me too. I'm lying on my sister's bed. I was homeless and I had just left this fourth or fifth online company, and I think you were in it too. And before I left that company, I said to myself, God, I just know that you're going to come up with an online business where the company's going to do the recruiting for you. Because how could this industry last if you don't do that? Because I get crushed I'm finished. And all of a sudden, somebody from that company sends me your recording. And I was like, oh my God, not only is someone doing it, but how many of us heard through that audio his heart, his soul? You were like there with him just from the audio. I was like, oh my God. And I remember Ash and I had spoke just a couple of times. I remember I called him and I was like, you could see through the um, whatever they are, those sending out some stuff that it was done from. It sounded like Indian people were, writing it. Can I fix the grammar? So I was able to fix the grammar, and that's really all I could do because I'm not a Marty or a Chris or anybody. I'm not, I can go to the health food stores and sit and sell. This kind of selling is not for me. And as Ash was going through all of this, being betrayed, I could feel, because that's what happened to me when I left the natural food industry. The natural food industry was all hippies and intelligent people, and and then I wrote a book, and then I was in the publishing industry, and then my ghostwriter tries to rob me. I get another ghostwriter. She tries to rob me a week before I'm launching. My publisher didn't pay me for two. And I'm like, is this what the world is? Is this? And my friends would be like, wake up. You can't trust people right away. And I was always the kind of person, everybody's my family. And they're like, it was a very, very hard thing for me, honestly, to go, wow, I can't trust people. I have to earn, they have to earn my trust. How am I going to figure this out? I mean, but thank God, that's really the way that it is. You have to, these people have to earn your trust before you can just trust them. And, you know, Ash was like, Gandhi. He was the same animal like me. You just trusted because, and also the law of attraction. Who's going to come into my life that's not supposed to be here? Well, we'd have people come into our lives to teach us lessons, big, hard, fat lessons, and they're supposed to be there. So, and watching him going through all of this, and he's going through it publicly, it was like, wow, you know, and he'd be on his knees and he'd get up and he'd be on his knees and he'd get up and it was like, I don't have to worry about anything for the future. I have to worry now. And I had to go back to work. And I was like, I have to go back to work. And I met the most amazing people that are going to be my friends forever. I worked at an amazing, so it was like, okay, at least while I'm waiting for the big prize to come, I had the gift of having to go back to work to meet these people, to pay my bills, to enjoy these restaurants. So I just wanted to say, Ash, my heart was so there for you because not to say that I totally understand, but I understood what it's like to go, oh my God, I can't trust people straight from the beginning. I have to I have to make sure that they're worth it. You know, that is a huge lesson to learn in front of a zillion people. So I want to thank you because I know my future is so bright that I need to wear sunglasses. All of us. We don't have to worry about our future because of Ash. And, you know, patience, we all learn patience from this, and faith and friendship. And I'm glad that I was able to be on to say all this because it's always been here. I can't get on a lot, but I listen to all you guys and thank you all. And
Did we just lose her?
I think we lost her.
Oh, thank you too, Romola. Ah, I don't know if she's going to be able to get back
She
into it.
clicked the wrong button somehow.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 well, that was
No problem.
very nice what she said.
Very nice.
Mr. David Dak Roseski, my brother, unmute yourself, please.
Hello. Just got a couple of things I wanted to say, but I wanted to start out with I was talking to Pat Parent this morning, and she asked me to say hello, and she's to Ash and everybody, and she sends her love and prayers to Ash and his family, as do I every night.
Thank you, David, and thank you, Pat. Appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, brother. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Indeed.
You know, like everybody else, you know, initially I got here, you know, for the money, but, you know, I started listening, you know, I got here when there was only 2 videos, you know, that you had made, and I was listening to the
Adios.
audios. Yeah. Sorry. I'm a carpenter and a tattooist. This stuff is out of my.
To be clear, video was invented then, okay, but they were just audio recordings. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want
But
people to have the impression they were so old that we still didn't have videos.
sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like that. But you know, I started listening to you, and I started listening to your heart. You know, I listened to your words, but I started listening to your heart, your integrity, and your intentions. You know, and you know, turning out that the first version of OnPassive turns out to be just the first version. You know, that's okay. You know, I got to say, I give you a lot of respect and love for being able to come out, you know, with dignity, honor, and self-respect, and tell 1.4 million plus people that, you know, we had some problems and we're regrouping. You know, I learned a few things, but I'm coming back like an Avenger. You know, I look at you as our version of Tony Stark. I think you're awesome, and I thank you. Um, you know, I think
Right.
about all the the people with the haters and the people talking smack, I don't know why they have to do that. I really don't. It's just, I mean, they chose to be here. You know, the fact that the first version of OnPassive is going by the wayside, it's okay. You know, because honestly, what I invested money, which actually we got back, and you know, I have nothing invested here. You know, I just I'm having a brain. Yeah, I just you know you always over deliver. I want to check this out. Hold on. Yeah, and what we need to do is just shut up, be quiet, like you said. Let you do the talking, let you do the promotions, and what we need to do is just stay calm, keep our mouths shut, and let's worry about what we're going to be doing.
Hide your wallet. You're not going to be harmed. Okay. I wanted to tell Romola the same, but um, she probably would hear it. You don't ever expect that we're going to cause any harm to you, whether it's money or time lost. We are going to make sure that your time is well worth it. Okay. And my pledge is constantly that we're going to bring the most possible value to you. And if you were talking about commissions and all of that, to be honest, David, I wish there are no restrictions. My wish or intention is to give what I want to give, or the way I want to give is kind of like illegal. It's that crazy, okay? So that's one of my challenges. I need to find I needed to find a better way that I'm able to give as much while it stays legal for the sustainability and you know continuous plan. But there are many things that are not in my hand, and we have to abide by the system. So it's not. It doesn't mean it always makes sense. We just have to play by the book.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I was worried about anything. I'm not. I
No,
was just
no,
getting.
I'm just saying to everybody, David, no, you're too nice. Okay, I'm that really. Sometimes I feel like I'm an idiot. I don't come across the way I want to. I'm just saying to everybody that don't ever expect any harm or damage or money loss or time. You can always expect what the best possible thing we can provide to you, David and everyone. I'm not just saying David. Yeah, you are included. Uh, Money is included, but I can tell you something. I promise you something, that you have a good brother and a good friend for life. Okay, never gonna disappoint you. If that means anything to you,
Oh, it means the world to me, Ash. It does.
appreciate you.
Like I
And
said, I believe in you and your
I
vision. I believe in you.
I'm not gonna be low throughout the session for sure, brother Chris, because I may be high.
He called
You know
you.
why? I'm drinking weed, so I may get high. So
You
that
check those ingredients in there before you drink that now.
is, I'm sure there's grass. Grass is weed. So
And Tony Stark, you start flying around.
it's delicious. Wow. I know there's some apple. It's sweet. Yeah.
Have you ever been called Tony Stark before?
No,
Yeah,
first
well,
time.
just don't fly around, okay? Because I'm out of here if you start flying.
Okay.
Thank you very much, David. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Next, the lady.
May I say something, brother Chris? Now, on a serious note, if anybody has a question, okay, or something in regards to the business, I appreciate the comments and the compliments and all of that. Of course, I'm interested. But if you're all okay, if anybody has a question, or want to give a good like a business feedback in that regard, if we can take that first, and then we can leave the chatter, the social or the socializing to the end. So if it's okay with you, I'm suggesting to give priority to take care of business first.
Sounds like a plan. Diane, can you take care of business right now, or are you going to share your screen?
My hands are up here. Hey, thanks, Chris and Julie and Marty, for inviting me. Hey, Ash, I have missed you.
Thank
How
you.
you doing?
I'm here.
Good, good. Hey, I always keep things short and sweet. I'm excited that there's a bigger vision and bigger project, and you're surrounded with exceptional people. Just know that I'm here, and if I can do anything to help along the way, you just have to ask. Thank you for everything.
Of course, appreciate you. Always good to see you.
Yeah, I have a request. Just don't hit those buttons again, Diane. All right. Go ahead, Ash.
Yeah,
What? Back to you, Orlando.
Julie, or you are a co-host, so you see the share, okay, screen. If you click that, okay, just don't allow multiple people. Just like keep it for the host, and that's it.
Yeah. Very
Okay,
good.
so nobody can.
I got you. I got it.
Yeah, we're still.
Brother DeGarmo said that he's having a treatment at the moment, so
Yeah.
obviously he was listening, but hopefully he will chime in when he can. All right, back to you.
Chris, we have a question coming up on monsoon,
Of
Chris.
course.
But she's next, Miss Moonson. Come on, unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Ash. Hope you are
Walaikum
fine.
salam. Is that real name? Like moon and
Yeah.
sun? Wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Did you realize her
So,
name,
greetings.
everybody? Moon, but her family, like your parents called you Moon Sun when you were born? That's
Yeah.
your birth name?
Yeah,
Wow.
Vincent. Yeah. Moon is mother, my mom, and son is my dad. So, combination of my mom and dad, my name
Wow.
is.
Well, nice to meet you. My name is Moon Sun Star Mars.
So, greetings to all in the panel and to everyone who are watching it live now. So, actually, I had 2-3 things to ask you, Ash.
Of course,
First
you're from
part
India, right?
are yeah.
3.
First
Go.
part are first part are a few questions, and the other part is request. So my first question is, as you said in the last webinar, that this is new project is totally a different one from ONPASSIVE. So will you throw some light as to how the founding members who have purchased products earlier will be placed in this project, or all the founding members will be treated as same initially? My
Have you
second
talked to
question,
Neeraj before you come here?
no,
Okay.
my
Go
second
ahead.
question is, okay, my second question is, when are the new products coming, and whatever those products will have one-time purchase option or monthly? And my last question is, are the payouts and pay-ins will be both in crypto and fiat, or only in fiat money? Now, the second part, it's my humble and kind request to you is that the founding members who are connected with me are really living in compromised life. So I pray to God that whatever you are coming up with, please do it at your earliest possible time so that they can get something to support their families. So thank you, my brother Ash, and remain always blessed.
Thank you so much. I feel I should make I don't know what everybody thinks, but I should make an exclusive session for our Indian members and make sure that somebody can also explain it in Hindi on the spot. But I want somebody that understand Hindi too, because they could say the wrong thing even on the spot. I don't see those questions except from India, okay, for some reason. And my assumption or my analyst is the first round in ONPASSIVE obviously was the wrong message by so many Indian leaders, or the source was not even accurate. And now we are suffering the impact and the consequences, which is basically they do have lots of confusion in a way. No matter what we try to say, that they're still mixing up. If it's okay, Moonson and everybody, if it's okay, let's plan to have like a special session for Indian. These questions are really kind of like relevant to Indian founders. We're going to set this hopefully once straight and have a session with them in their time zone and get as many Indian leaders as possible. I don't speak Hindi, but just in case, I assume everybody talks that, but we can invite them live or at least have the recording on YouTube where they can refer to it anytime they have a confusion. So we can list all those confusions or points and then just set the record straight.
Great advice, Mr. Ash. I'll get right on that as soon as we're done here.
It was nice to meet you. That's a beautiful, unique name, honestly. Like, wow, that's really nice. Very nice
Thank
to
you. Thank you, sir.
meet you.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we can make a meeting and you would be there also and we can cover those points to our Indian brothers and
Oh.
sisters.
Okay.
Of course.
Very good. Very good.
Back to you.
Moonson. This is why
Thank
we
you.
love the question. Ash always has a great answer for it. Yeah, there is a lot of confusion in the country of India, and we don't want them to be confused. We want everyone on the same page. So great idea, Ash. Miss Pam Turner, come on, USA, Canada. I don't know where you're from, but come on, open that mic.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Ash. Wow, wow, wow. What a great day it is. First of all, I'm honored to be here, as always, and it's been a long time, so this is like old home week for me. But I also wanted to just say it's great to be here on the panel with so many friends and family. I wish my sister would raise her hand. She has some good things to say. But anyways, I want to extend my prayers to Marty and Dawn and the family and to everyone who knows and loves them. So that's all of you guys. My prayers for everybody. Megan, that was excellent what you were saying, referring to gardening, and you sound like you're much better at it than me. But what I was going to say is, in a nutshell, with what's going on with ONPASSIVE, it's everything's a trial and error. My garden's always a work in progress. And that's it in a nutshell, is work in progress. And I know that that's what's going on, and that's awesome. And we trust everything that's going on. We have no doubts in our mind, although we have family members that are giving us a bit of flack, but that's okay. It's we're all right with that. You know what? I'm going to just leave it right there. Ash, thank you so much for your stamina. You never quit. We love you so much. Love you all, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Pam. Appreciate it. Still with you, brother.
Thank you, Pam. Hey, look at this guy, Victor Gumbalati. I can think of it. Took me 4 years to learn how to say that last name, but Victor Gumbalati, come on, brother, open that mic.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ash, want to say something?
Oh, I said Victor O.
Yeah, Victor. Thank
making
you.
it simple for Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are all over the world. First of all, I want to really appreciate you, Ash, for all you do. Sometimes I imagine what you go through on a daily basis, on this massive, humongous project. And I said, wow, this guy is unbelievable. I really appreciate you for carrying us along. I want to say that change is inevitable and we have to embrace it if we want to succeed in life. And that is what you said, Ash, that I really love. When I joined, this company, ONPASSIVE, there was no name then. And it wasn't that someone approached me or connect me or called me. It was a divine direction. Because when I listen to your speech, what you said about what you want to do for humanity, I totally embrace it with all my heart and being. And I said, wow, I'm going to support, pray for you all the way so that you can succeed. Great things take time to, happen. And there will be a lot of challenges, setbacks, delay, disappointment, disloyalty from people. And I thank God for your life that you never, ever give up. And that is one thing I really, learned from you. Because no one could ever withstand what you have been through. And that is why I will continue to appreciate you for all you do. On behalf of myself, my family, my partners and friends all over the world that are following me, we say thank you. One question that I've got, in the next chapter that you are going to,
Yep.
I believe that we don't have the rights to be there, but with your generosity, you are going to carry us along. For whoever wants to or wish to be there, every day I send messages to my people, my families. I don't normally call them followers. I call them, partners and families. And I said to them, where we are going, Ash has told us, I said it many times in the previous weeks, that it is bigger, humongous, and a better place. And they all embrace it, that Victor, we trust you, even though we have not met Ash Mufareh. And I said to them, I've not met him too, but I believe in his vision, because his vision is about humanity, to change lives around the whole world. So I don't want to take too much of our time. I really appreciate you, Ash. My question is, please, will you be able to consider every one of us, that wants to follow you to that next chapter? Whoever wants to leave can leave. But I believe 95, 99% of us want to follow you, be with you, because what you are doing for humanity has never, ever been done on the planet Earth. It is unprecedented. And that is why we are in great support of you, and we are praying for you to succeed. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you too, my brother. That is very beautiful and nice and sweet from you. I appreciate it, and so kind of you. Of course, it's my passion to take people who are like-minded to a higher ground and to succeed with them. Many deserving people. You've done amazingly well in the first round, and your efforts are, they still speak loud. And obviously, we're known for something. I have to say, if you allow me to be arrogant sometimes, I don't say much about this, but I have met generous people, or have read or seen generous people, but I have not met or known in real life now, in this day or today's life, that can compete with my generosity. If that's enough, I think you can expect, we will always do what's good, and we'll go even above and beyond the expectations. Yeah, definitely want to do that. I'm not
Thank you,
making this
Ash.
for
Thank
myself,
you.
obviously. I am not making this for myself. That's another telling factor. I'm making this for those who really would appreciate it. First round, we've learned a few things. Not everybody came with the right mindset. But what we are, talking about, future phase, okay, is something that we know, like Romola said, okay, that it's needed. It can give us value and improve our, say, whether it's marketing, exposure, way of life in this technological era. I believe we can really make a good impact, a good difference, and positively, of course. And the most obvious part of it, which would be humanizing technology and AI. Thank you again. So delighted to see you and have you. You're a wonderful man, and yeah, definitely we'll have a good future together. We're going some places. For now, we're gonna have to go back to Michigan. So.
Hey guys, real quick. Of course, we love it. Ash loves all the nice comments. But anyone that has any questions, look in your camera right now. If you have a question, do this with your hands, and I will call you.
Yeah.
Susie and Collins. So Collins, I'm going to be a gentleman. And I'm going to let Susie go first, and then I'm going to bring Collins on. So
yeah, brother. Whether it's a question or a suggested topic to be addressed, or a feedback in regards of the like the business details of the updates that we said. So raise your red flag or whatever when you want to speak. Yeah.
The red flag. Red flag.
Heart.
Oh, I got mine in the other room. Okay.
Susie elbows McRae. You go right ahead.
Okay. Hi, Ash.
Hey, Susie.
So when you were talking about it being different and we have to be different, and the whole, like we all know, insanity is doing the same thing, the same way and expecting different results. But I want to know if this analogy is something that rings true with you, especially with the new business. So back in 2000, I went to England with my family. And Red, you'll like this story. And
did you meet Victor there?
No, I wish I had. I can't even remember the places we went, but I went with my parents, my sister, her husband, and their kids. And you want to know why I was invited was to drive. Okay. So what am I used to doing in the United States?
On the left.
Driving on the right. I had to drive on the left. Not only did I have to drive on the left, it was a stick shift.
We drive on the left here.
In some places.
They drive on the right there. Are you talking about the right of the street or the vehicle?
Well, both had changed. So my whole point, and maybe not quite a question, but for people to think about this, we are going into a different vehicle. And the way I was used to driving, I didn't have to think. It was like innate. I went in, I just did it. And when I got there and I had to drive, I had to sit in a different seat, and I had the stick on the other side, the clutch, everything was different. And my dad said to me, this is very different. It's not what you're used to. You're not going to be comfortable, but we're going to go practice. And I know you're going to be okay. So he was kind of like my guide. And it was uncomfortable, but I knew that I needed to do it to help us to travel around. And I was one of the drivers in the car. So at the beginning, I struggled a little, and I was like, oh, I wish I could go back to the old way, but you can't. I'm in England, and I had to drive that way, all of the roundabouts and everything. But you want to know what, Ash? By the first couple days, I said, this makes more sense to me driving this way. The English, or the people who drive differently than the United States, it seemed more innate. I got comfortable with it. My dad helped me, through all of it, because my parents were at the age, I don't think they could rent a car. So that was one of the reasons I was driving. But I was just thinking of that. I'm like, we are so used to doing things with ONPASSIVE the way we've been doing them that
so it's
everyone
a routine, and it's like you're saying
secondhand.
Yeah.
Yeah. we're competently conscious or unconsciously competent about it. It just happens, and we need to relearn. And like you're talking about our brain, so am I accurate in saying that we are going to be in a vehicle, but it's going to be very different than what our mindset has us in and what we have to do to move forward? So I just wanted to throw that out there. If I grasped what you're talking about with the new business, we're familiar with all of the other stuff, but this new
Yeah.
stuff is going to get comfortable and be even better, and we'll be like I was in England, like, wow, this makes so much more sense to me. So Red, you'll be glad to know if I ever come, I can drive a stick on the other side
Wow.
of the road that I'm used to.
Wow.
I don't know,
And you
Ash.
can hula hoop.
I know it wasn't really a question, but I think getting
You can,
back to the business model, we only know what we know, and we have to get our mindset to say it's okay to have a different way of doing things, and we are going to be okay because you're leading us like my dad led me.
thank you, Susie. Yeah.
Okay.
I really, yeah, couldn't add much more, except I appreciate the fact that you brought to our attention sometimes that change, like we resist in a way, or we're not familiar with. It's like outside our comfort zone, but once we adapt it, we we believe it's like a better way, or
Mhm.
and then eventually we get used to it. You know why my wife would never leave me? I know for sure. Not because I'm cute, okay? I know this for a fact. She's a person that she easily gets attached emotionally to any new thing. Like we go to places, for example, like even before, like before the business or whatever, let's say a state or a city that she previously said, I would never go to that place. Oh, yuck, or whatever. Okay. I I don't want you to think the place or the it just like not a preference, all right? It's not about culturally or anything. But when we go there, now she doesn't want to go home. That applies for food. Let's make it simpler, okay? So many times, like, oh, you gotta try this, okay? No, 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 no. Just because it's coming from me, she has that like double check because she's the health coach and all of that, okay? And but once she gives it a shot one time, how she's addicted to it. I don't want to say addicted, but she's like more attached to it that it's hard to let her get, for her to get to let go. So many times we go to places like she doesn't want to go home. And for years, she would be opposing that idea of that place. No joke. I'll give you an example. All right. Like just because of the desert and what do you call that rattlesnake in Arizona, all that. Like many times we thought, like I had friends and all that, like let's go to Arizona. For some reason, she was not excited to do that. Years ago, a while ago, that one of her events happened to be there. We go with her, we stay there. We don't want the details, but at the end of the trip, she was thinking, I don't mind if you want to buy a house here. She doesn't want to go. Yeah. Scottsdale or whatever. I'm sure you know Julie and now brother Peter. But to the point is like, I would take this. And now it's given me more power every time I want to convince her about some new idea, whether it's place, food, a trip, anything, or a project. Okay. I say, how many times did it happen before? But we still have that resistance at first. Trust me, give it a shot. Yeah. Then we go again, and now it's hard to go back. Like, it's like, come on, let go, let go. We're gonna go. Sometimes we go to a place like a few hours, and like she doesn't want to go back home. So it's that emotional thing. And I understand, our brothers and sisters in India, they're emotional, like in general, they're emotional. So they get attached to the name, to the brand, to a certain thing, like they're accustomed to it. That's it. But trust me, where we're taking you is a lot better. If you like this in the first place, and I'm telling you, who made ONPASSIVE? Who founded ONPASSIVE? Somebody's telling you, I got something better. You trust that, humble man. And who's more attached to the name? We came up with the name, right? But if I tell you, yeah, even the name, you're gonna thank us for the next phase. All right. So I love the injection here and the input. Sometimes change is a choice, and sometimes it's necessary. In our case, we must change. We must change. There's no possibility we stay the way we are. We have to change. All right, back to you.
Susie, you're all set?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to say, Ash, an inside joke. That's how nerds can be resistant. He knows what I
Yes.
mean.
Yeah, not easy. I know.
Okay. All right. Love you.
Yeah. Love you
A
too.
nerd, Tony Stark, a nerd, getting all kind of name calling today. Saeed, I noticed you put your hand down, brother. Please put your hand back up. I'd love to hear from you, but I'm going to call. It's going to be Collins, Bruce. I got to believe that Red's got a question, but he wasn't waving the old ducky hands. And Bob DeCoucy got away. All right. So we got 4 or 5 hands. We'll just start with Collins and we'll go to Bruce. Judy, real quick. Red, real quick.
And if
Julie.
Brother
Bob.
DeGarmo also, if he's able to talk at the end, so make sure,
I'm checking with him.
Yeah.
Where'd
Fantastic. All right. Who's
Collins.
Collins? You want to ask? Go ahead.
I can talk.
Yeah. No, mine is not. It's not question. It's just comment, Ash.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not question because what you have said today blew my mind.
Alan, I'm apologize. Marty just turned on his mic, so he is able to chat. Let's catch him really quick.
Yeah, you can get Marty before me. I don't mind. Yeah, that's fine.
He has
Julie.
his mic on right now.
I
Marty?
just don't know when they're going to start probing on me again. Anyway, no, I was listening to what's going on, and for me, it's basically a simple way to look at it. I'm not in love with the name, not in love with any of that. We either trust, we get it, and we go. Ash has done enough, more than enough, that I believe who he is, what he wants to do, is what I want to do. How we get there, what we get there, whatever. I've already, with the idea, it's whatever he wants to do, because I know his outlook is, if he thinks it's better, I'm pretty darn sure it's better. Who would know? And like Ash said, anything he's brought up to the last 6 years, 6.5 years, going on 7, was his dream for our dream. And he looked at where it was. So I'm going to take over the ship. We're steered off the wrong direction. There was a lot of details we knew was bad, but I knew when the smoke was coming out and the flames and through the darkness, he walked out. And I looked and I said, well, he's still here. And for me, my family, and for everybody that I want to push this on until the end of time, that's what I didn't need to see it. I wasn't surprised to see it, but I think that should be enough. And if what he's done, my opinion, isn't enough, it's time to pack your bags. There's other places in life
you could go. You shouldn't be sitting with anxiety over somebody that is there. No matter what happened, he's there. He went through all the crap. Yeah, time went by, but time would have went by anyway. Where else would I would want to be? I can tell you this. My last 2 weeks were hell on earth. The worst years of my life. Poking and prodding. I didn't know what was going on. But while I was doing it, I realized there's a reason why. You have to be filtered. You have to be conditioned to go into something to appreciate what its value really is. If diamonds were laying in the street or gold nuggets, they would be worth nothing. It's because they're elusive. They're hard to get. It takes a lot of earth moving to find one little nugget. This is what happened to ONPASSIVE. The gold got harder to find. And some people tried to steal the gold. Some people tried to manipulate the gold. But guess what? Ash was notified in his heart and his mind, something's not right. Did he want to believe it? No, it's because of who he is. Of course he's not going to believe it. Nobody would do that. But they did. And like you said, what would happen if we were a multi-billion-dollar company and then the crooks raised their nasty head? The snake came out and bite them. But what happened? It happened when it was meant to happen. It happened during the journey because even God himself knew this isn't going to be good enough with those people. The concept didn't change. Nothing changed. The vehicle changed. Where we're going, how we're going has changed. But the person driving the bus was always the same person. So for me, I'm stronger in this company than I was, even though bad things happened. And even though these 2 weeks of hell, I finally looked up and said, wow, God, you also have a sense of humor. Because I got a couple of stories you won't believe. But anyway, the point is, we're in a good place. If there was a plan B, I would have never stayed here. If there was a plan C, I probably wouldn't have stayed here. But when we went through time, there's no plan in the world that I'm leaving this company. Ever, ever, ever. Do I wish things went smoother? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm glad it happened. I don't want to say it because it hurts so bad. Am I glad what happened the last 2 weeks? No. But it gave me a lot of time to sit in a room watching the clock tick 1 second at a time and go, man, I'm very fortunate. I got to stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Time's too short. You appear for a short time and then you vanish away. We're just renters here. We pass through. If nobody knows when you start, you know when you start, but you don't know when you're over. So I learned that, and I learned where I am with Mr. Mufareh and all of you, all the prayers, all my children are calling me. Dad, you won't believe how many people know who you are. I said, no, I'm disgusted. Anyway, but I said, no, that's what I'm part of. And they got to learn that. Would that have happened if this didn't happen to me? No. But my family's got a much more respect, children, about the business because how all of you treated me while on my worst time. So there's a lesson to learn everywhere. But we need to walk proud. I don't want, even if it's my Uncle Bob, walking through the doors of this company after all this time, if they don't have the right. This is a privilege. It's not you deserve it. We deserve nothing. I paid $90-some, 143. I wound up paying a nickel a month. In fact, I asked before it paid me to use OConnect. What can I even fall back on where I can say I wasn't treated right? I was treated like a spoiled kid. And what happened the last 2 years? I met people I would have never met if this journey didn't go as long as it's gone. So look at the good stuff. The good stuff, by the way, the good stuff outweighs the bad. Way, 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 way more. But if you're concentrated on, well, I got a question about this and a question about that, Like I said, you have a question about nothing. You don't know what it is. How can I ask a question about, but I don't care. I want it to be right. I want when we go, we're all proud. I want to see Ash smile. He's the one that went through the crap. And when all that happens, we're going to have a lot of fun. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Don't go hang in there because I've got a couple questions and one request. Okay. Quickly, do you feel today you feel the best like you felt in the last week or so?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Okay. We know you slept good for the first time last night.
Yeah.
Okay, or at least the best in the last time. Okay. You feel like you will sleep again tonight?
Yeah.
Because that's going to help. Okay, perfect. All right. And by the way, it sounds like 2 weeks, okay? And technically it's only 1 week because it happened on Easter Day, if you recall, the 20th. Okay,
Feels like
today's the 28th. I
feels like
know that.
10 weeks.
And minus 2 days or 3 days you slept at home. So, all right, you need to promise us to stay there and not to try to go home and rush going home before you heal 100% and you can
Yeah.
breathe on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie, make sure that is recorded and you put that viral. Okay, put it on YouTube. We love you, brother, and this wouldn't be the same without you. On a serious note, okay, you are one of the most wanted people and desired to go, as I spoke with brother Victor, to go to the next chapter.
Thank you.
And you're gonna have the driver's seat.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Love you, brother.
Take care. Love you back. Back to you, handsome brother.
What side of the road is he going to be driving on? All right. Let's go back to I'm happy because he's back. Well, he's not all the way back yet,
Yeah,
but Collins, my
I'm
brother,
glad. Yeah.
another UKan.
And before we go to that, while we're at it and talking about change, and by the way, this was practice. I'm glad we kind of like kind of like ask him to speak. Now mentally is going to help. Yeah, you could be at the hospital and still take care of business. Exactly what he did, and he's still sharp as hell. So he is he's a wonderful human being, good heart. Adding to what he said, I think the heart is what stayed the same, but the mind had to grow. So yeah, the same philosophy in general. That's what he's trying to say. We have the same philosophy, is doing good for humanity, offering something that we know it can be done in a better way. But my heart personally is a lot more, I feel it, more committed and more passionate about such a thing, knowing the value just from the resistance. And now we're caring for more. The second piece I want to comment to what I spoke with Moonson and Susie about the change and all of that, and talking about the mindset in India. And jokingly, I said, I know my wife is not going to leave me. I know that because she got used to me. Like we've been together, I don't know, for a century, feels a long time, but uh, it's not easy for her to change. She's not a type of person that is easily going to change. And I had to look up the divorce ratio in India. I had a feeling that I know that, oh, they don't change. Okay. Once they divorce somebody, they're like, it's 1% in India. It is a massive, it's the largest country population wise. 1% versus the United States, third of that size population, is 50%, unfortunately. So people are more open to change. Next, like they're trying to, in India, they get used to something, and okay, it's emotional. It's a good thing. They're sweet in a way, but in business terms, in logic, in practicality, you should be open for a change. And sometimes, like I said, change is necessary, and especially when you're doing something better, you're upping your previous game. So that's another invitation to our Indian members to be more open for a change. I know it's hard for them, emotional. They're really attached to it. They don't divorce, so they're gonna be with us. Don't worry. All right, back to you, brother. I don't know who's next, but
Listen, I'm not going to comment. I could have some fun with that one.
no, please do. Come
I was
on.
going to say,
It's a
they
free
don't
world, right?
divorce. They don't divorce. Maybe that's why they're so angry all the time. I don't know, but
You see that? No, they're not. They're the sweetest, most peaceful people. Yeah.
no, I know. I got and I'm glad Saeed raises.
When was the last time you've seen an Indian, gangs robbing a bank in Michigan? Yeah.
Please give me all your money. It just ain't
Sir,
gonna.
sir,
Yeah,
if you want, they're gonna give you options.
it's not
Please,
gonna.
kindly.
All right, I know. I
No,
see
they're gonna give you a bag and they're gonna say, "Sir, do the needful."
All right, I'm gonna call Collins next.
That's the word to use. Do the
Saeed,
needful.
yeah, Saeed brought his hand back up, so I'm gonna call Collins. Then I'm gonna go to Saeed, and then I'll continue back with Bruce, Judy, Red, Bob.
Okay, sure. Collins. Okay,
Collins,
so
go ahead.
there's another hand. Okay, so we got Bruce, Judy, Red, Bob, Sayed, and of course Collins, right? So add Collins. That's another
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna put Collins now, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
bring Saeed because he was actually on. He left and he came back again. So
Fantastic. Yeah.
Collins, go ahead, brother.
Oh, thank you, Ash, and thank you, Chris, all the panelists. What can we say? I don't really want to go to the recap because we have our Mr. Recap, which is Red Reference, who will give us all the updates, everything, break it down. But I just want to go back to what you said, Ash. I'm looking at technology. I don't want to go to marketing or what will happen because you are a master in technology. Most of the company I work for, if you look at it, it is more, those who are marketers, they are all people who are versed in technology because they can break it down into the technical terms for the developers or the development team to understand. And they can market it and also explain to the customer side. And you are all round. But before going to what you have said, I just want to congratulate our brother Madi Digamo, because Madi, I will tell you, God is with you. You know why? You are in the hospital, but you can still relate, and your voice echo right in our own heart. There are times that sometimes we disbelieve, we think like the hospital is a cage or it's a prison. But no, God said you are not in a prison. You are just there to fulfill God's mission. And this is a story I will say to relate to Madi before I go back to what I said. 2 weeks ago, I went to church, I'm more into charismatic prayers and stuff. Long I've not been there. I said, today, I'm free. Let me go. I called one of our sisters from Nigeria. I said, what is happening today? Can you tell me? She was very sick. And the husband said, don't go. And when you listen to the voice, I said, no, you are not fast. You are not sounding well. What is happening? He said, Brother Collins, I'm down. The voice. I said, okay, are you going? He said, yes. I said, okay, just give me the address because I don't know where it is. I want to go, just to go and just have time with God. She said she is going because she has to lead. For long, I've not been there. I said, all right, but please listen to your husband. He said, no, I will go. When we went there, cut long story short, she performed amazingly. Even the voice that was on the phone is not the voice I was hearing. And at one point, they said, can you say something? I wanted to give a testimony. I said, this person was really sick because the voice was not great. But now I'm seeing somebody different. Just to tell you that sometimes our human brain is different from what God thinks. You know, he was like great, and I was even shocked. I didn't want to say anything. They said, "Can you say that?" I said, no. And I was whispering to people, this is not the person, this is not the person. Just to tell you what, just to bring it back to Maddie, that the way God wants to use Maddie is different. We are in a business, yes, but sometimes let us remember that if God's hand cannot build the temple, all our labor will be in vain. If God cannot be at the center of anything we are doing, whether we believe or not, I've been a living witness, and I will say today, all our labor will be in vain, even including our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. And why I joined ONPASSIVE, it was because of the technology. It was because this was a software development company, else I will not join. Secondly, it was because of somebody who is versed with technology, who has been there and is a master marketer. Without that, you can do whatever you want to do. I'll tell you, I'm convenient where I am, I'm satisfied. But these are the two things that brought me into ONPASSIVE. Somebody who believed in what he is doing, he understood technology, and he is a master marketer, 100%. Now, let us look at what I said. If you want to believe in us, fine. If you want to go, the gateway is for you, you can go out. No IT software development company will open their door for you to come for what you have paid for. Whether you join it freebie or what, you will pay for it. They are all people who think about themselves and their family. They don't care. Look at every company you can think of. Software development company is owned by an individual. From Microsoft, owned by Bill Gates. From Amazon, owned by Jeff Bezos. Go back to some of them are owned by friends. Family, friends come together to build it. It's never owned by a government. There are people who are versed in technology to change it well. Google everything. Ash Mufareh came, brought this to us, and sometimes we joke and we look at it as a business. This is a software development company. I'm speaking to those who came in. Whether you like it or not, my brother, they are here. Bob Takuse, Oliver, Vincent, and most of them we have met in UK. When we had the conference we had in UK, Red was there. Some of them, they are engineers, managers, directors. They are all in ONPASSIVE, and they watch it. They don't want to come forward. If you don't take it serious, you know what? And like I said, you will be left behind. And people who will realize this will jump into this business, this company, IT company. And when the door will be shut, you will realize that, you know what? You become a customer. We all use Zoom. We pay for it. Freebie, 45 minutes, they cut you off. You cannot even use Cisco WebEx because it's video conferencing for businesses. You cannot use Microsoft Teams. It is for businesses. We can go on and on. They make a lot of hundreds and millions of dollars. They don't need you as a founder. They sell it because there are people who need it to enhance their business. Every tool they are building, Mr. Ashford will build with his tech team. I will tell you, I'm in and I've seen it. And my brothers, they are in. And those who are listening, they are in. They know the hundreds of millions. You came in for free, whether you want to say it, because if they said they want to charge you, I said it to Maddie Digamo and Chris Johnson, all of us will not be able to pay. To become even a founder, they'll tell you £1 million, come in, because you cannot even afford it. So let us take this serious. And those who are coming in, they should take it serious. If you don't want to be in, fine, as I said, don't go and say anything bad, because you will be the biggest loser. This company will grow from strength to strength because God's hand is on it. They are fighting their challenges to build this business, this company. I'm calling it software development. Let me say it again. It is software development, global, AI, big data. Call it any name. I've been in a conference for 2 weeks, continue tomorrow, and I'm seeing this company in it, what they are doing. They don't need all of us. The truth is, Ash don't need us. Whether we like it or not, this is the bitter truth. Ash doesn't need us to become the richest man, one of the richest men on this planet Earth. Though he doesn't need it, but this is the bitter truth. We are just here for nothing, and we have to take it gracefully, humbly, and just say we are in to make something for our family and to bless other generations to come. Let your name be written in the book that you were part of a company that developed this software that will change lives of others, and not only those who are coming to make money, but those who are coming to look for services to enhance their own businesses, to change the life of their employees. We are using a lot from Microsoft and others. My company I'm working from, they use a lot of Microsoft and Google and everything. They don't belong to Google. They want to enhance, to change our lives. So let us take it seriously. For those who will listen to this echo. This is the bitter truth. I will say it. Whether we like it or not, this is the truth. I'll leave it there, Chris Johnson. Thank you very much.
Collins, thank you so much. You're on fire as usual. I appreciate that. A couple of things. I need to address the fact that you're right. I could choose to, whatever the wealth, okay, or to be wealthier. Okay, I believe I'm wealthy. Not about rich or the amount of money I have, about the value, okay, or the character. I'm fulfilled in that aspect. Materialistically, I don't think there's much desire for more. I'm happy where I am, okay? Before this business, with this business, without this business. That has nothing to do with it. But you're right about I can choose. If I want to do that, if that was my core, I hope those who want to have common sense. In fact, if I want to pursue richness or accumulating more wealth, it's a lot lighter and easier to move alone. I certainly don't need, okay, people, because, and I will not risk. So I can reach faster. That's something for sure, because I'm not finding a solution for others. I'm finding a solution for fewer people in a way. And I don't have to satisfy a bigger crowd in their, whether dreams or at least culturally. Okay, so all of that, it drags you in a way, but I'm choosing that way, and it takes longer to be with a bigger crowd, heavier. Not only that, if I move alone or I chose to take care of, like, not to take care, just to be selfish in a way, I wouldn't even sacrifice my reputation. So I would save time, money, and reputation, because it's not going to be shared with the public, and I don't have to be a good, viable environment for the haters or those who are just seeking, a cheap click or whatever. They come, we have crowd, yeah, they just, anything they say about ONPASSIVE AI Mufareh is going to get a click. Might not be a positive one or with the good intention. So I agree with you. And back to Brother DeGarmo, I reflected on what he said, because always, inspiring to listen to him. Mr. DeGarmo said, we're with the same person, all of that. That's what matters, not the brand, etc. But I don't want to claim just me. I probably have a bigger heart in terms of, like, more determination on doing good for a broader crowd. Not only that, we claim to hopefully be more experienced, wiser now. We've learned a bit, okay? But we also have attracted you, okay, all of the attendants here and the viewers and many, many, incredible people. We have changed, all of us. So certainly it is a good thing that we are choosing to go to the next phase collectively. because we also changed, all of us. We have learned more. Collins Manna is not the same person as 3 years ago, guaranteed, as well as thousands of us. All right, back to you, brother.
Thank you, Collins. All right, Saeed, I'm going to call you up next, my brother. Can you unmute yourself, please? Saeed, can you hear me? Unmute yourself, sir.
Yes.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much. Hello, brother Chris. Assalamu alaikum. I am from Shayyad Sajid Rahman from India.
Walaikum
In
salam.
India, some bad news, some good news, some bad news. I say some bad news. In Pahalgam, terrorist attack, more people are dead. We are shocked and condemned. Good news, we are on ONPASSIVE. I know your strategy. You before stage when 360 meeting close, you say this is my strategy. I am not anything disclose anyone. All things are happen. You show in back of it. I appreciate your. But in India, many confusion. Before I come, many person, Mr. Jashwant Singh and any leader. In India, एक ये हिंदी webinar you held, so all our confusion conclude. Please, I conclude my word. Thank you very much.
You got it. Consider it will be done. I appreciate you, and we'll see you on that webinar for sure. We made a commitment.
Yeah.
All right. It's going
Thank
to
you
be
very much.
5,000 rupees for the attendees. Kidding.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
it'll be free.
Ash, don't do that. Please don't start something like that.
I know, sir. Yes, I know your study, your kindness, your so all are good. But some misleading some leaders, some YouTubers.
Do you speak Hindi, by the way?
Hello?
Do you speak Hindi? Do you know
I'm
the
not
language,
understand.
Hindi?
Do you speak Hindi?
Hindi.
Yeah.
Hindi.
Okay.
I speak Jaspant Singh. You contact him or contact a Hindi webinar, international webinar. You come. All are there. Thank you very much.
Okay. I didn't know. I'm used to it. I don't get a yes or a no in India. So was that a yes or no? Yes, no.
It sounds like he speaks a different language rather than Hindi in India.
But that's like additional language.
I know.
Say it.
Yes,
do you speak Hindi?
Yes. I speak Hindi.
Okay, that was the question. Yes, fantastic. Can you tell our people in Hindi, Ash will not be giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's free to attend, but also you're not going to walk away with money. Don't bring baskets to fill cash. That's a joke. You don't have to say it.
So,
okay?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saeed. And I'm going to apologize. And you know what for. So thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Let's get
There
on.
was a confusion or misunderstanding in communication, but it's all sorted and we got to meet you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brother Chris, for taking care of that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't see him now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I speak you one thing. In ONPASSIVE, many people in not good mobile. You one device provide us
I see.
our
I see.
Starlink come in India.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Saeed. Okay. Like I said, Ash wants anyone on to come on here, and that's what we're going to do for the next how many weeks we're going to do this. But Mr. Bruce Gerstein, come on, brother. Turn on that mic. Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. It's very nice to see you too. And Ash, it's a long time, but it's Great to hear and see you always. Peace and love. I want to thank God for hearing all our prayers for Marty, for your family, and everyone else who needs prayers.
Amen to
One
that.
thing that's true for me when it comes to listening to God, I have to really listen. The one thing I hear is a lot. God tells me, slow down, take care of yourself. And that's what's important for Marty now, too. So slow down, take care of yourself, because I've got your back. That's what God said. I've got your back. And many times people forget God's got our back. So I want to thank you, first of all, for how you opened this up about space. Because if people have the vision of the space, are committed to believing that one day they can make it to the moon and Mars and anywhere, because that's what they want to do and they believe they can. So, as you said, when the one rocket didn't work, they added another rocket and added another rocket until they got enough to have enough power so it didn't blow up. And the same thing happens with ONPASSIVE. The more we stay here, the more we realize things always have to change, because the only thing in the world that's constant is change. You can lose taxes, but you still have to change, no matter what. I've been kind of quiet, as everybody knows, because of my voice, and I get tired quick. But I want you to know that when I got into ONPASSIVE, I had been like everybody else in the network marketing. And I finally said, I know these things work for a lot of people, and I want to help a lot of people. But I think it's more important to have customers than it is to build a team, because your customer is king. Always the customer is king. The customer can become a team member. A team member will not necessarily be your customer. But it's very important for me to realize when I gave that up, I wasn't looking for anything. One day I chanced upon you, and I listened and I said, well, this isn't going to work because network marketers can only pay attention for 20 minutes. But the more I listened, the more I stayed open-minded to this, the more and more I became interested. And I realized the $97 was a no-brainer for all the money I ever spent. And I said, I'll take a job with it. And I learned it was the harder view. And I realized that there's never a time when you know what God wants you to do. But when your heart is one that wants to help people, God wants you to help him. God wants you to be his partner. And God made you his partner, and you became his willing partner. And thank God you did, because without you, we never would have had this incredible group and family and fellowship of people from around the world helping each other. I don't worry about when it's going to happen, because I know for me, I'm going to help people no matter what I'm going to be in my life. I've been helping people for a long time. And the most important thing is to touch the soul of one person and give them hope, give them possibilities, give them solutions in their life. So I think it's
Great attitude,
important.
Bruce. Thank you. And it was really good to see you after a while. And you look great.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yes. And I thank the host and the co-host and the inviters and everybody who arranged this for bringing some of the faces that we missed, haven't seen in a while. So good crowd, good choices. We like to see more and more, and plus everybody we've seen before, and keep it going that way. That was amazing.
Thank
I
you.
don't mean to cut you up, Bruce, but yeah, I want to thank you.
No worries. Love you.
All right, we got 3 hands left, and then we're closing this out. Miss Beautiful Julie Prayer Miller, come on out. Unmute yourself, young lady.
That will help.
There you go.
Thank you, Ash, for bringing me on today. I really humbly appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You're welcome. And I really enjoyed your analogy with the rockets to passive because that really made sense. I enjoyed that. And I'd like to just tell everybody that I really enjoy praying for everybody with the prayer group that I had started, and it's open to everybody. It's not just on passive, but it's really meant a lot to me. And so many people all over the world need prayer, and it's really grown strong. And prayer is powerful, and prayer does work. And it's brought tears to many people's eyes, including me. And I just feel it's a strong, strong calling, and it's helped a lot of our friends and family and on passive. And it just makes my heart just feel so blossom to pray for everybody. And it's, I know more and more people have gotten into the prayer group, and it just means so much to me. And I'd like to thank everybody. And when the prayers came on for Marty, it blossomed just all over the world. And I know that brought tears to everybody's eyes too, because we've had a lot of prayer needs this year, and it's multiplied so much, and it's very strong. And our God is very strong and very big. And I'd like to thank everybody.
Thank you very much, Judy Miller.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. And you do run a great group. Okay, we do have another hand up, Runa, but we're going to go with Mr. Red, then we're going to go to Mr. Bob, and then Miss P&G Runa is going to close it out for us. Go ahead, Red.
Cheers, Chris, my brother. Hope you're good. Hi, Ash. How you doing? And everyone on the panel. Always good to be here listening to some very good people speaking. Just two things before I go into sort of a bit of a topic-y summary. First one with Susie on the driving on the left-hand side. Funnily enough, you said that it feels really well. Before Formula One drivers went on to paddle changes on their Formula One cars, majority of Formula One drivers chose to have the stick change and to drive like the English do with their major hand on the steering wheel, which is predominantly right-handed. They felt it was more safer and confident, and that's why you maybe that you think it's a safer way of driving because your main hand is on the steering wheel. I don't know, but majority of Formula One drivers felt the same. Also, I want to just talk quickly about what Ash was talking about, SpaceX and the heavy lift. There's actually a better backstory to what he's told about that, and that was when, if you have or haven't read about Elon Musk's success, when he sold out PayPal to eBay, and he had just over 11% share in PayPal and got all these millions, he wanted to get into the space industry. And what he had in mind was to do heavy lifting. Is exactly what Ash was talking about. But did you know that he originally was going to buy the heavy lift rockets from some Russians? So he went all the way to Russia to have a look at these reusable rockets that he was going to use for heavy lifting. They wanted an absolute fortune for them. And he said, do you know what? I'm going to build my own. Does that remind you of somebody when somebody was looking for something and he said, do you know what? I'm going to build my own, because this man here had plenty of opportunities and even approached plenty of people before on passive to do his idea. And guess what? Wasn't suitable, wasn't what he wanted. And Elon Musk did exactly the same. He wasn't happy with the price. He wasn't happy with what they were offering. So he said, I'm going to build my own. And then we go down the journey, which Ash has said, of him going through the failures until he got the last one. And he's absolutely right. The last test they did on the heavy lift rocket, if that hadn't succeeded, that would have been $170 million down the drain of all the tests, which in money he'd made from PayPal. So it's a really interesting story. If you haven't read it, go and read it, because it makes an awful lot of sense in where we are now and story behind what Ash did to start on Passive in the first place. Now, I've got a couple of topics that I think are really important, and I think we need to reiterate more and more to our fellow brothers and sisters, because I think there's such important things that we should really take note of what Ash has said. And the first one I want to touch on is about how OConnect is not going to be used moving forward. Now, it's going to shock a lot of people, right? It's the one product that we loved, we liked, and we really felt comfortable with it as a game changer of what the IT industry and usability and resale value of what that product is. And a lot of people are going to go, well, why aren't we going to use it? Why aren't we using something that was fantastic? Why aren't we taking that with us? The short answer is what we're going to get is, in Ash's words, 300 times better. Now, we talked about change. We're talking about what we are used to, what people feel comfortable with. But if you present something that is way better than what we were used to, this should get people excited, because it's that change that they need to embrace to go to somewhere that is going to make such a bigger difference to them, because that product, which we don't know what it's going to be, but we know from our experience with Ash to over deliver, to give us something better than what was before. He's told us, I know which one I'm going to pick. I want the better one. And especially if that's going to come in at a lower price point than what it was before, better resale value than it was before, and put in the tech, put in the visuals, put in the newness of what it's all going to be, then it's only winner, winner, chicken dinner. I think we should start focusing on what is going to happen for the better rather than what was good at the time. We've spoken about how people tend to latch on to comfort because it's easier to do that. Change is always uncomfortable. But if you try and explain to people that this change is for the better, then people are going to move across. The other topic, and I know that it might embarrass Ash a little bit by bringing up this topic, but he mentioned it briefly about people that he has invited or hasn't invited yet to this next phase. Now, when I first got involved with ONPASSIVE, and we've talked about the audio videos and all the rest of it, back in 2018, what did I do? I went on the Google. Who's this bloke called Mr. Ash Mufareh? Only positive things. Major marketer. People want to work alongside him. Why? Because of his marketing ability. This is an area that I've always maintained that is Ash's forte. This is what he's good at. This is why people wanted him to be in his company. Why? Because he always rose to the top, because of his marketing ability, because of what he's able to do. Don't you think that he's going to have a lot of that going on when we move to the next phase? We never saw it with ONPASSIVE when we got going, because it never evolved into that marketing stream. Yes, we had the advertising. Yes, we had the knowledge. Yes, we had the euphoria of us getting going ourselves. And we all produced that initial marketing part of ONPASSIVE. It was us that did that because we spoke to everyone. We were getting going. But as far as the company of corporate ONPASSIVE was concerned, that marketing machine actually never got going. When we go into the next phase, this is what he's going to be doing. This is where he's going to get his teeth into what he loves doing, and that is marketing. I'm sure he's going to use the best technology, the best people, where his friends that he hasn't brought in now are going to come into play. This is another area that I think we should definitely start telling people about, because this is going to make a huge difference to how this next phase is going to evolve. Things are looking, in my opinion, very, very bright for the future. I think we've got something, I can feel it. You know, we obviously believe, we trust our CEO, but I've really got this feeling that what we are going to see when we are given the first steps is going to absolutely blow our minds. We are going to be like kids in a candy store, and we won't be able to believe our luck of being there at that time with this next phase. We should embrace it. We should promote it to our fellow ONPASSIVians or whoever it may be, because I firmly believe that this is something that is going to absolutely revolutionize so many things on the internet, because it's going to be desirable to so many. That's it from me, Chris. Back to you.
Thank
Chris,
you.
so you don't want me to talk?
You had that look of like, I got to say something. So you go right ahead, brother.
I prepared the question while he was talking about the change aspect, and kind of like again poked me in the space passion thing. And then as he spoke about marketing, I was thinking about, like, my brain was brewing another statement or input about marketing. And toward the end, I think my brain was working well, that combined the two in one. Okay, so I'm gonna cut time, which is talking about just one statement about the past and SpaceX experience. Not too shabby, the fortune that was an investment for 150 million, which not billion, by the way, the PayPal selling fund. And then not only that he didn't buy it, he believed that he could do it cheaper and reusable boosters. Who's dominating the industry now? Did he surpass them? Did he make a change? And, like, Starlink, what Sayed is using, and our friends in India, all of that, like, it did impact the world, right? Forget Doge and X, that's not his forte, but the rockets are his. Or even Tesla, forget that, he didn't make Tesla. But one thing that he believed he could do better, he actually did. And he surpassed his initial suppliers, if you wish. Now, not too bad where he is today. He got basically unlimited access to the White House and to the United States government, and therefore to the whole world, right? The leadership of the world. It's powerful. We're not talking about the political aspect of it, but the business is very inspiring, and great mindset. Now, in terms of marketing, I'm going to have to say something. What worked even 5 years ago, that's the time we were still preparing for ONPASSIVE, doesn't work today in marketing. That's another thing, that if we did it the first way and we stuck with that, if we don't change, it doesn't mean we're going to have the success we want. But what we want to focus is on the philosophy, which is, and again, the theory, the concept, and the brilliance about marketing. If you get the logic how to attract customers, forget the tools. It's understanding the psychology and the mindset of the consumers and how to attract them, and you find a way to do it. Mark Cuban, I don't know if you know him, but a successful entrepreneur, okay, and member of the Shark Tank. the owner of the Maverick, I guess. Dallas Mavericks. So he said, whoever will nail it or nail the AI, okay, will be the first trillionaire. We don't have a trillionaire individual in US dollar. Maybe in other currencies, yes. Perhaps I don't think that statement could be accurate. I'm not going to focus on the wealth portion of it. But going back to AI, China's AI, the robotic aspect, the hardware AI, which is to do the repetitive, activities that human does in a different way, is different than the way that, let's say, robotic way to set off, to take care of a fire extinguisher or something, to go to a dangerous zone or a bomb or whatever. That's a different robotic thing. A military AI is different than, the search engine AI or something that, okay. So I don't believe the traditional race of whether it's a space race or oil race or technology and internet race or social media race, all of those races are still valid, or all of that. But the AI, I certainly believe it cannot be a race, because everybody's lane is different and everybody could end up in a different destination, and everybody could perhaps achieve or either fully their objective or some parts of it in that direction. Nobody knows where we're going to end up. It's an open era. I hope for the most part it will be useful and good. But as the internet, when it came, it has two edges, okay, like a sharp sword from two sides, right? Or a knife, regular knife, like it has multi uses. You could stab somebody with it, or you could fix, like a good chef, like Redfern, a good meal or design of fruit basket or whatever. It's how you use it. So I'm saying that if we have a good use for AI, it should definitely improve our functionality as human beings. Elon Musk said, I don't know if you want to take any of his statement seriously. I wouldn't ignore it. I would take it seriously. Within 5 years, AI will operate major complicated surgeries more accurate than any doctor. What? That's going to impact our health, maybe lifespan. So how you use it matters. Now, I just want to add this, and this is, my cycle to kind of like connect everything. What if you be the first to have something disruptive in AI, knowing the logic of marketing, which is the biggest commodity? No business would ever say, I have enough traffic, I don't want no more business. It's the lifeblood of any business or individual. Everybody needs traffic or somebody to follow their ideology or buy their book or attend their event or click or whatever, watch what they say, right? Everybody wants followers or other humans to buy into their whatever they sell or preach. If you're among the first to solve this dilemma, now, if somebody's working on the traditional marketing, I mean, let's face it, the mainstream, or what do they call that? A traditional, like television ad, right? Infomercial. Is it the same as 20 years ago? We didn't have as powerful internet. People are watching the internet. They're not watching television or less. Okay. It didn't 100% die. It's still working, effective. How about the newspapers or magazines, publications? 20 years ago and today, 30 years ago and today. There's nothing you cannot sell just by posting a little ad, any line, any publication. You're going to have business. Do it today. You're flushing money down the drain. Who reads papers, right? Not going to give you the same result. So organically, we have to transition. And if you use AI and use your logic of attracting people, all that science, all the art of attracting customers and consumers, leads, you're going to set a new precedent. Without talking about the mechanics, what we're able to do, but I did change completely on the direction there. The traffic company or the lead generation companies 5 years, 10 years ago are not the same. And if you're not open for that change, or if you're not going to change, you're going to be stuck behind. You're not going to keep up with the advancement that we have today. But monetizing the AI potential and power, the internet power, the logic and the understanding of a human psychology and consumers and how it works, the theory and the art of marketing. If you got that formula, you can connect it together, you're gonna rule the world. Okay. It's all about marketing. It's all about marketing. Anybody could use more traffic. Any business, any organization, any president, any official, they need more followers and traffic. They need to promote their ideas, ideology. The more exposure you have, the more success, if you have something good. And I think we're up to something that is revolutionary. But thank you, Red, for opening such a topic. I'm passionate about both, obviously, but the marketing is something I strongly believe. We're fortunate enough that I was open, flexible enough to move forward and refresh and update today's modalities and today's methods and tools, even invent new ones to lead the market in the future. Back to you, Brother Chris.
Thank you, Brother Ash. Okay, thanks, Red. Mr. Bob DeCoucy and then Runa, and then I'll close it and open it up again. Go ahead, Bob.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Ash. Good to see you. Thank you, Brother Chris. Brother Madi, this is for you. I hope you can hear us. Please get well soon. You know, your assignment is just about to start. I just have actually, part of my question relates to what was just said previously. Mr. Ash, in our last outing, you said one of the preconditions for us to move to the next chapter is technical preparations. And then today, just like Red was saying previously, you reminded us that you have never invited any of your friends in ONPASSIVE, but now moving to the next chapter, you are ready to invite them. In fact, you told us you are ready to market it yourself. So when you said that, I wrote something down here. I wrote down here. I said ready. So am I right to make that assertion that we are ready? That's my question.
I don't know. I'm not going to address that. I probably know. But you have good common sense, brother, so I can say that.
Fair enough.
There are Indian listening, Brother Bob. I cannot say a thing now, okay? My door will be banging in a minute. So I have to be careful. I apologize.
Thank you. No problem.
But you
It-
have a
it's
great mind.
it's
Yes.
it's actually yeah, it's actually a rhetorical question, just to let everybody think about it, just the way I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, everything is a process. You don't just drop a bomb and it's over. But at least I can tell you, we recognize the need for a change and a long time ago. And by the way, we didn't start the fixes until we made up the solution. Okay, so going to fix, that's not going to make us advance, but more important to save the time, because Moonson, do you remember the lady from India? She asked about the time and all that. They want faster, etc. Before fixing that up, because nothing is going to be overnight. So the urgency for creating the solution was a priority before fixing our issues from the past. Do you understand? So, by the way, I am saying it very clearly now. I didn't start fixing the issues until I got, like, we took care of the solution.
Yep.
Back to your
Thank you,
brother. I
Ash.
don't know if that's enough, but I
Fair enough.
I think
Fair enough,
we
Ash.
understand the urgency and the timing. Of course, timing is incredible. Brett touched up on Zoom's timing was kind of like luck, right? That was there. Okay. I want to be clear before I say something. In America, by the way, for the non-American citizens, we have two major political parties here, okay? Republican, Democrat, libs, and conservatives, however you say it, okay? I have, I think more friends, it's hard to say which one I have more, brothers and sisters from both sides, okay? And I'm not necessarily endorsing any specific one. So I just want to make it clear, because I'm going to talk about Donald Trump for a minute. Okay. So Donald Trump is our president for the United States of America, right? His background is not in politics, clearly. He was, in business, real estate, we all know, and show business, etc. I've watched several or attended several live conventions for him, like conferences. No, he's not exclusive, but he was one of the speakers way before he ran for the presidency in 2016 when he came to office. Okay. Because you know the guy, just to let you know, he's not per se, I mean, he wrote a book about the art of the deal, etc. He's not that talking business. Forget the political affiliation. I'm not interested in any of them. Okay, let me just tell you. I just know we're more divided than any time before. They're, they're not God. They have an opinion or a way to do it. So you like the guy, you hate the guy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm still your friend, okay? I'm talking about the business aspect of it. I try to walk away with a value from anybody, even the most obnoxious person. I walk away. I have to get away with value. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, for the time I've invested before in him, attending several conventions, traveling, hotel, all of that. It's not like a simple YouTube now. Okay, you have to travel, you have to plan, you have to pay a lot of money to hear somebody talking. And one common statement always, stay busy. He said, stay busy, you get lucky. I wish he would bring that up now. More people would listen. It's inspiring. A lot of people know, his stamina. He's like almost 80 years old, but the guy's still running like a mad teenager. Okay, doesn't run out of energy for some reason. It's just because of whether you think he's narcissist or whatever his motive is. But if he wants something, he's not going to give up. He's not going to give up on it. He is after it, do it or die in a way. Yeah, same mentality. Again, don't judge me. I'm still your friend. Okay, I'm closer to you than any president. Put it that way. Okay, and they're irrelevant. They're not going to impact your life. But it is really inspiring. If you stay busy, you will get lucky. You create your own luck. Look what happened to him. Elon Musk, stay busy, focus. You believe in what you're doing, right? Even if it takes time, with all the brutal, hiccups and setbacks in life, at the end, you're going to reach, whether fully or partially, your objective. This is something we're persistent about. We're not going to go away. We're not going to give up. We're not going to slow down. Ever. I'm not saying until. There's no until. Ever. We believe in our mission. We believe in our theory. We believe in our principles. We believe in our ideology, which is doing good for others. No matter what's going to come up, we're not going to change the course. We're not going to change the path. This is what we will be doing, no matter what, or how expensive is the ticket or the price for that journey. So can you imagine like what could happen? Like if you stay, I'm talking about somebody said you get lucky, but what about something even more calculated, more strategic, more meticulous, okay? And that is needed by not just one person or two, by the millions. If you stick on something, you're not just going to get lucky. You're going to nail it. You're going to crush it. That's what I believe we will do in this journey at the end. Forget the mechanics, forget the details or the lipsticks and all of that. That's not going to change it. If somebody's a pig, they are a pig, even if you put a lipstick on them. If somebody's a fox, they're going to be a fox, even if they wear like, I don't know, Versace jacket or whatever. They're going to be animals. If somebody's good within, that's who they are. Expect nothing but good to come from them. And when you do that at a larger scale, it is going to happen. It is going to happen because it's needed. It's being prayed for. It's being wished. It's being worked on by many people. There is no doubt, not 1%, nothing, nada, zilch, zero, in my mind, that we will not reach our goal, our dreams. Nothing, no doubt. We are going to get it. We're going to nail it. We're going to crush it because it's needed. So many people are working on it, and it's more scientific. It's more calculated. There's not one reason that we wouldn't succeed. There's not like, and the opposite. There's not a reason for us to give up on it. And in every way you flip it or phrase it, success inevitable. We are going to kill it. We are going to crush it. We are going to set records that never seen in areas that we're not taking over somebody or competing with somebody. And we have every reason, you as well, to succeed. You're worthy of having a better life. Again, if we're just friends and have a positive mindset, we're being inspired, we encourage each other, etc. Okay, as Judy said, it doesn't matter. There is a value. We're choosing to be together, the free will, and no harm whatsoever. We have every reason to be successful. Every ingredient for massive success, we have it in hands. What do we need? Desire, determination, good plan, intelligence, you name it. The network, creativity, funds, capital, hard work, you name it, we've got it. There's no reason for us not to make it, and we have every reason to set new records in our field and change so many lives to the better, even for generations to come. So am I talking about OTRIM? No, because somebody's thinking about open the ecosystem and okay, I'm just leveling up. Okay, with that. Am I talking about fixing OConnect? No, I'm talking about what to come and even beyond. Back to you, brother Chris.
Wow, you're gonna stop there? My goodness. you were starting to really cook it up there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna bring on this lovely lady who's got she speaks very soft. She's from Papua New Guinea. I want to thank her for being here, and I'm sure glad her internet's holding out today. Miss Runa, can you please unmute yourself, young lady? Good to see you, Runa. Uh-oh. There we go. You got it.
Hello, Chris.
Hi,
Hello,
Runa.
Julie. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for bringing me up on this platform. Thank you.
Hello. Good to see you. Absolutely. Welcome.
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you. Greetings from. Yes, we are all with you, Ash. We trust.
I'm with you too. Somebody's trying to strangle the internet in Papua New Guinea.
And all our affiliates here, they are praying for you. And
the sound is choking up. I don't know, is it for me or everyone else?
And we are not giving up on you. We are all trusting and having faith in you. And,
I heard you saying, I vote for Ash to be the sexiest man on the planet. Is that what you said?
No.
After Chris Johnson? Oh, you didn't say that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My headset is mixing up.
Marty, we are praying for you. We are with you. And thank you, Ash. Our all affiliates, my affiliates in the villages, even they don't have internet, network coverage, but they walk to nearby towns to listen
Now
to
it's
what.
good. Now it's good. I was trying to keep you busy while, it opens up. Now it's good. You can go ahead.
Yes, no one is complaining. No one is walking away, especially from my side, my affiliates. They're all with you.
Thank you.
And of them are supporting me with the data, monthly data for the webinars and give them updates on what's happening with our company and from your side, and they're all happy. Thank you. God bless you and all founders around the globe. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Runa. You kind of broke up a little bit, but I think we got most of it.
It was a good finish. Yeah, thank you so much. We're with you, and we believe you're going to really set records because of your commitment and hard work. Okay, you just need a platform or a vehicle or the tool. Definitely with our support, I think you're going to have great success. Thank you for being here, for the prayers, of course, and God bless you too.
Beautiful. All right. Now I got to do this the right way or someone's going to fire me. First of all, I want to say thank you, Brother Ash, for taking the time to come in here. And I just figured something out. If you remember me saying today, or this, I don't know what I said on the live, that Ash is trying to cut this down to 90 minutes. All right. And he said, what do you think we should do? And I said, stop talking. I told him, you got to stop talking. But I see what he did. See, he's a sneaky Pete, what I call him. So what he did, he made this a two-parter. So he pretty much stopped the video in 90 minutes for what he had to say. Yeah, which, okay, I'm understanding. I'm going to have to explain that to the rest of the world now. But this is the introduction. This is part two. I apologize. I didn't know this was going to happen, but this will be put out there and you can enjoy it. So don't anyone get mad. This is the way our brother Ash said. A lot of people couldn't be here today because of it's the weekend. They're doing stuff, but part two is opening. It'll be rendered and we'll just keep going. But Ash, I got one very important question before we go. I think everyone wants to know, or at least I want to know it. What is the name of the boat that me and you are going fishing in? That's what I want to know.
Bella, like your dog. Yeah.
I just tried
That's
to.
a good one. I love it. What you don't know, brother Chris, we don't need to do the cut and all that. That was a cover up, okay?
Yeah.
We just didn't have enough sexy of you.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Sexy's going to bed now, man.
We just we just want more of your appearance. Yeah, that's it.
But I want to really thank all of you. You made a great show. Like I said, not everyone had to talk. Some of you talked a lot before, but it's good to see new faces. We're going to continue this. I want to say this again. I know Ash has got an extremely busy schedule. I'm talking for him. Isn't that funny? He's got a very busy schedule next week. So page 4 could be in the next week after, because we already discussed this in the middle of the week. He was pretty busy this week. I'm surprised he got on here now, but thank you for praying for my brother, Marty DeGarmo. As you know, he's my sidekick. We have a lot of fun together, and it's not been a fun 2 weeks for me. Miss him dearly. He'll be back. He'll be probably more fired up than ever. And I'm just thank you for everyone. Listen, you individuals on here and the rest of the world, you showed me the kindness that's still in this world just for Marty DeGarmo. And of course, when I got hurt, but people from every part of the world was texting me. I went to groups, praying, different religions. That tells me that this company is going to explode, because there's a lot of love in this world. And we haven't even touched the service on all the people that we're going to touch later that are just like us. So thank you very much. Ash Mufareh, give your wife a big hug for me. Tell the kids I love them. Go have some fun for an hour before you go back to work. And I appreciate you, brother.
No, thank you so much. Before you go, everybody agrees with me. Stay here. If you disagree, you can leave. Okay. Everybody should know by now. I want to talk about somebody special, and it's not Marty DeGarmo. Okay. I believe the only, or not the only, my best description to his personality and character is he's really our brother globally. You've handled this well, Brother Chris Johnson. On behalf of the DeGarmos, the Mufareh, the Redferns, everybody, the Kusis, everybody here, the Millers, etc., on behalf of all of us and our families, you couldn't be a better brother and sweeter to all of us. You're so kind. You're so humble, accessible. You're giving this your best in your life. Your performance is outstanding. How you're handling this and juggling between many things. So I want to thank you on behalf of all of us, and we love you. And Brother DeGarmo didn't go anywhere. He is here. Just need to be, he got a flat tire, need to be fixed. That's it. He's back on the road.
Ash, thank you. It was a big flat tire, let me tell you.
I tell you what. And I think he's just playing hard to get. You got
I
nothing.
think he
He's
wanted
fine.
attention. I just think he wanted some attention. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's the
Chris,
sneaky one. I'm not the sneaky one.
and I'll do this
Yeah.
one more thing. I'm saying,
Yeah, of
I
course.
want to give a big, humongous thank you in my heart to his wife, Dawn DeGarmo. She has gone through hell and back for the last couple of weeks. She's a very strong, amazing woman. I got to talk to her daily, and what she does, not just for the last couple of weeks, but what she's always done. I think every guy in the world could be lucky enough to find a woman like that because she's an amazing individual. She's full of love, and she went through the test the last couple of weeks, and she succeeded. We all jumped in to help her we could, and I want to thank you all for that. And that's what families do. When families are down, we help them out. Even sometimes when we don't disagree with our family members, when they're down, we get in there and help them out. This world's down right now, and we're going to help them all out. That's all I got, Ash. I'm going to shut her down and let something else.
Don DeGarmo, you're one of the 1% of the 50% who don't divorce, who stay married, okay? So yeah, whoever puts up with with our brother, okay, definitely a hero. So she got my vote.
And Marty's not miserable, so it must be working.
That was fun. We had to keep it on a good note. I appreciate you. I love you all. I certainly want the best for us. You're not going to expect anything from us except value or something to advance your life. Ramola's back. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, Ramola popped in. I see that. Ramola, Ash threw you out. No, he didn't. You bounced out,
I would
Ramola.
never do that.
You got bounced out, but we heard what you said. He was talking about you for 30 minutes past the wet pass when you left. He really liked it. We can't hear you, Ramola.
She came without the sound, yeah.
Okay, hey, Chris, Julie wanted me to say, Ash, she had to hop off. And to remind you to do the introduction part, Chris, for the.
I did the introduction.
I thought he did. Oh, no. Okay, let's do it again.
Hey, Julie, you can call me. You did it all night. I got it. Gene sent me a text.
Take two. Okay. It looks like she didn't like it. Take two.
Take two all live. Right. Welcome, Ash Mufareh and everyone, to page 3 1/4. Here we go.
Love you, Ash. Thank you so much. Thank you. On behalf of Ominu Group and everybody who's not here, we love you.
Thank you. You have a farm of dogs behind you. They're very cute puppies.
Yep.
Big schnauzer on the right.
Thank you, Ash.
Very good. Oh, thank you, Gene. Appreciate you. This was fun. I didn't know if it was any value to you, but we tried to do our best and give you more clarification on the way ahead. We have to detach from the emotional things we've done before. It's not going to be the same. If you're not open for change, you're going to suffer a lot because it's not the same. This was fun, and I can't wait for next time. Once we have more to tell you, we will come back. We're not set in stone. We don't have a schedule. We don't have a boss. We see the need. We'll just arrange something here, and we'll come. And hopefully next time, Mr. DeGarmo would be with us on the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin, for being here the entire time. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. I'm out of here.